Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. And a very good morning, evening, or even night for you who is watching the video for today. So today, our group will be presenting on friction, and we have chosen the plate and these clutches. So our lecturer name is Encik Karanizat bin Panir, and our group members are emphasized of myself, and then Muhammad Afiq bin Muhammad Sabri. Next up is Muhammad Shafiq Firdaus bin Aminuddin. And last but not least is Muhammad Haziq Luqman bin Musafin. So let's jump into the first presentation for today.
So we go to the introduction of the clutch. The clutch is a critical component in vehicle with manual transmissions, responsible for transferring power from the engine to the transmission. It allows the driver to engage or disengage the engine from the drivetrain, and enabling smooth gear change, starting and stopping of the bicycle. By temporarily disconnecting the engine power from the wheel, the clutch ensures that the engine can continue running while the driver changes gear without stalling. This vital mechanism enhances control over the bicycle, making it easy to accelerate, decelerate, and maneuver, especially in challenging driving conditions. Understanding the clutch function and importance is fundamental to both the operation of manual transmission bicycle and the maintenance of their performance. Next, we go to the function of clutch. First is engage and disengage power. To connect and disconnect the engine power from the transmission. Second is move gear shifting. Shifting of gear by temporarily disengage the engine power, preventing damage to the gearbox during gear transition. Third one is control of bicycle movement. Help in starting and stopping the bicycle without stalling the engine. Next is prevent engine stall. The engine from the drivetrain, the clutch allow the engine to continue running while the driver change gear, preventing the engine from stalling when the vehicle is stopped or moving at low speed. Next one is control of torque transmission. The engine to the wheel by adjusting the amount of pressure on the clutch plate. The last one is allow for smooth bicycle stop. When slowing down or stopping the bicycle, the clutch allow the driver to disengage the engine from the wheel.
Okay, next we go to classification of clutch. Okay, clutch divided by two, which is positive clutch and gradual engagement clutch. Okay, gradual engagement clutch divided by three parts, which is fluid clutch or fluid or flywheel. Second is automatic clutch, and third is friction clutch. Okay, friction clutch divided by five components, which is cone clutch, centrifugal clutch, semi-centrifugal clutch, draft clutch, and lastly disc clutch. Disc clutch divided by two plates, which is single plate clutch and multi-plate clutch. Next, we go to friction clutch. Okay, how it works. Friction clutch work on the basis of the frictional force developed between the two or more surface in contact. Okay, why you choose friction clutch? Okay, friction clutch are usually over the jaw clutch due to their better performance. Okay, the major type of friction clutch are by two, which is dry clutch and wet clutch. Okay, next we go to dry clutch or wet clutch. Dry clutch definition is when the oil is not applied on clutch surface of the clutch is not seek or throw in oil during its working. Then it's called dry clutch. This type of clutch has various type of arrangement. Okay, first is single plate clutch. It's used to for power transmission. Second, multi-plate clutch. Okay, used to better performance. Okay, centrifugal clutch. Okay, used to engage and dislike the clutch. And lastly, cone clutch. Cone clutch shape surface for power transfer. And weight clutch, the definition is works when it's a seat in oil. Okay, hence it is called clutch, weight clutch. Okay, and the type of weight clutch divided by 2 is a multiply clutch and flyweight.
Now I'll be talking about the single plate clutch, a crucial component in vehicles for transmitting power from the engine to the gearbox. So for the definition, a single plate clutch is a type of clutch that uses a single friction plate to transfer torque from the engine to the transmission system. It is commonly used in cars, motorcycles, and also a light truck. For the third is a the components of a single plate clutch. For the first one is flywheel connected to the engine. It provides the rotating surface. So the number two is the clutch plate made of friction material. It transmits power by engage with the flywheel and also the pressure plate. So for the pressure plate, presses the clutch plate for power transmission. Next is a spring, maintain engagement pressure. And next is a release mechanism that allows disengagement when the clutch pedal is pressed. So for the working principle, in the engaged state, the clutch plate is pressed between the flywheel and also for the pressure plate to transferring power. When the clutch pedal is pressed, this disengaged state occurs, separating the clutch plate from the flywheel, stopping power flow and allowing gear changes. Now I will talk about the advantages and also disadvantages. So for the some advantages is include the smooth power transmission, compact design and easy maintenance. However, it has drawbacks. So the first one is limited torque handling, make it unsuitable for heavy vehicles. So the last one is friction causes wear and heat generation.
Okay, I'll be continuing on the multi-plate clutch. So what is a multi-plate clutch, you might ask? So it is a type of clutch that uses multiple friction discs and plates to transfer power from the engine to the transmission. So what does that all do? It provides a high torque transmission capability by increasing the friction surface area and making it ideal for vehicles or even machineries for high power. As an example, motorcycles, racing cars, heavy duty vehicles, and industrial machines. So, what are the multi-plate clutch consists of, and what are the components of it? So, we have the friction plates. So, the friction plates are made of a high friction materials, often lined with asbestos or other composites, and are responsible for transferring power between the engine and transmission by gripping the steel plates when engaging. And next up, we have the steel plates, and these are the alternative, and these are the alternate with the friction plates that and are a lot more smoother, made from steels. They have maintained clutch mechanical stability and transmit power from the friction plates. And next up, we have the clutch hub, which is the central parts of the holding of the clutch plates together. And then after that, we have the pressure plates. That is the clutch plates that applies pressure and keeping them in contact with each other when the clutches is engaged. And next up, we have the clutch bracket that holds the multiple plate clutch assembly in place and is connected to the engine. And we have springs that provide the required pressure to engage the clutches plate. Last but not least is the release mechanism, which is the clutch leveler releasing and the releasing bearing. So, what are the working principles for the multi-plate clutch? So, a multi-plate clutch operates using the principle of friction between the clutches plate to engage and disengage the engine from the transmission itself. So, we have two of it, which is engage clutch, that is the power transmission mode, and disengage clutch, power disconnection mode. So, what are these two all about? So, for the first one is when the clutch leveler or pedal is released, the pressure plates pushes the friction plates and steel plates together, creating a strong friction force. This friction locks the plates together and allowing the rotation power from the engine to pass through the clutch hub to the transmission. And the increased number of plates clutch will increase the surface area for the friction itself and allowing it to transmit higher torque. And for the disconnection mode, when the clutch leveler or pedal is pressed, the release mechanism pulls the pressure plates away, reducing the contact force between the plates. The friction is lost and the plates can slip against each other, disengaging the engine for the transmission, and this allows the gears to be shifted smoothly without interrupting power for power to the transmission itself. Next up, we'll be jumping on to the advantages of it. So we have three of it. So one of it is high torque transmission. So with this multiple friction plates, a multiple friction plates can transmit more torque than a single plate clutch, and this makes it suitable for high performance and heavy duty vehicles. And next up, we have the suitable for wet application, which is it is often used in wet condition. As an example, for immerse for oil, which is further reduce wear and heat build up. And last but not least, for the advantages is we have better heat dissipation, which is due to the increased surface area of the multiple plates. The heating generated from the friction itself is dissipated more efficiently and reducing the risk of overheating and prolonging the clutch lifespan. When it comes to advantages, there must be a few of the disadvantages itself. So we have three of the disadvantages. So which is more wear and tear due to the large number of friction area. There is an increased lifehold to wear and tear on the plates, meaning that they are needed to be replaced more frequently, especially in dry multi-plate clutches. And next up, we have increased maintenance, and this is because, particularly for the dry ones, require for more regular maintenance to ensure the plates are in good condition and free from excessive wears, adding the vehicle's upkeep. And last but not least is it has a heavier clutch pedal feel, and this is because they feel pressure required to engage and disengage the multiple plates may take as the clutch pedal feels a lot more heavier or require more effort from the driver itself to particularly to manual the system.
Next, we go to application of a plate and disc clutch. Okay, plate clutch is a automotive system. First is used in car and truck for gear shift and smooth power transfer. Next is used to heavy machinery found in construction and agricultural machinery. And third is industry application, heavy industry machine for power transmission. Okay. Lastly, are used to marine and aviation. So apply in marine engine and small aircraft for Tokyo regulation. Next, this class used to high performance vehicles used in sport car and racing vehicle for high Tokyo and smooth engagement. Okay. Next, heavy duty machinery used in forklift, earth moving, and mining equipment for high Tokyo. And third is industry equipment applied in machine tool, conveyor, and compressor for precise power transfer. And lastly, aerospace application used in aircraft system for compact and efficient Tokyo control. And that's all from us. Thank you.